Stadium. He loves pitching here. He has been dominant his whole career. But the other thing about him, he doesn't mind embarrassing hitters, and he hasn't been able to do that quite as much this year with the strikeout ball. Look for him to get his slider, maybe his curveball going tonight, and get a few more punch-outs.
Yeah, only 12 strikeouts over 18 innings, so it's a career low whiff rate, career low strikeout rate through 3 games. But the bottom line, he's given up 2 or fewer runs in all 3 starts. He's left with the lead in all 3 starts. So a little bit different way of getting it done, but getting it done nonetheless. As are the Dodgers at a Major League Best 14-4, and with a 3-game lead in the division over the Giants. Tatis climbs in. Buehler winds and throws, and off we go with ball 1 at 96. The Padres, meanwhile, just got swept by the Brewers. They've dropped 7 of their last 9 and are 10-10 overall. Buehler's 1-0 is a fastball cut on a miss, 1-1.
These Padres started out 8-3, a half a game behind the Dodgers at that point, and since then, now they're 5 out. It's a big series for them to kind of get a little momentum back.
They've only won 2 of the 6 series they've played in thus far. That is a cutter that's hit foul, and it's 1-2. And the biggest issue has been the offense. They have the #1 pitching staff in baseball in terms of ERA. But over these last 9 games where they've dropped 7, they're averaging just 3 runs per game. And as a team, hitting 169. Buehler home with a 1-2. And he starts the night with a strikeout at 97.
Very confident fastballs from Walker Buehler. Back in the strike zone with 2 strikes, not looking for a chase, just attacking.
And Fernando Tatis Jr. against the Dodgers now 1 for 14 with 7 Ks. Here comes Trent Grisham, who's been the leadoff man most of the season since getting activated, missing the first couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. Hitting second tonight. Chase Tingler pressing all the buttons, trying to get the offense going. On an 0-1. That's another fastball and another strike. Already Buehler has twice touched 97. That's 2 of the 3 hardest pitches he's thrown this year. And he goes to the curb. It's tapped foul. Saw that as season high 20 times in San Diego Friday night.
Walker has talked about his body and his arm and how they come along at different times, and he actually reversed the order this year. This year he was a little backing off the weight training and really keeping the arm in shape through the offseason, and a little better throwing program compared to gaining strength in the body. He was very excited coming into spring training about how his arm felt, how lively it was feeling.
The whole goal was to get off to a better start. He's been a notoriously slow starter, and that's worked. Another 0-2. Cuts inside, ball 1. You look through 3 starts in 2019, the ERA was above 8. Last year it got even worse after his 4th and 5th starts. The ERA right at 2 through 3 starts this year. Home with a 1-2. Grisham takes it very high, ball 2. Trent Grisham, who has a home run against Walker Buehler in his career. Second season with the Padres, over from the Milwaukee Brewers, and quietly a key piece to what they do. Has really helped change the personality of their lineup. Much more patient, much higher on base. Swing and a miss, an angry fastball at 97, and back-to-back Ks to open the night.
This is not embarrassing here. This is just overmatching him. That is a really hard location to actually hit and get a bat on. And then at 97, you couple those two things, you look like that.
Corkscrews him into the ground. Now Machado. You didn't need me to tell you that, though. You heard Dodger Stadium's reaction when he was introduced. The one-time Dodger who has hit well against LA since going to San Diego. He was their best hitter over the weekend when these teams met up the first time. He had 6 hits and 2 walks in those 3 games. And played through injuries. 1 ball, 1 strike.
In the first round of these 2 teams matching up down in San Diego, I thought Machado was the most poised. He really showed himself as a veteran, a guy who was really concentrating on every pitch. He was giving everything, stealing bases, playing great defense, bearing down in every at bat. I thought the rest of the Padre team, they kind of melted down a little bit. There was just that little bit too much want to on their side, and you saw, the errors. Saw a lot of different things happening, but Manny seemed to show some really good leadership as far as the maturity and the approach.
Buehler has him in a 1-2 hole. A chance to strike out the side. Instead, a bouncer up the middle. At second base tonight, Sheldon Noisy making his Dodger Stadium debut. Completes a 1-2-3 first inning for Walker Buehler. The Dodgers come to bat against Ryan Weathers, and that means Mookie Betts to lead things off when you come back. For the first time tonight, Mookie Betts will lead things off for Dave Roberts. Then Corey Seager hits second. Turner out of the 3 spot at third. Smith, Muncy, and Pollock through the heart of the order with Sheldon Noisy at second and Luke Raley in right field. They face for the second time in a week the 21-year-old from Loretto, Tennessee, Ryan Weathers, who made his first career start against the Dodgers on Friday night and gave up just 1 hit over 3 2/3 scoreless innings.
2 types of fastballs, the 4-seam and the 2-seam, but he'll throw the 4-seamer a little bit more. And then he's got the slider, and that could be the tough pitch for the Dodgers. They have not done well off of left-handed breaking balls, really left-handed starters in general, but left-handed breaking balls, the Dodger organization, this team is only hitting 147.
On a 1-1 pitch, Betts takes that pitch low, ball 2.
He didn't throw a lot of strikes with it, so if they can lay off of it and make him get it up, it could be a lot easier to get the ball in the air.
Yeah, to your point, he threw 30 of them, only 9 of them were in the zone. That's a fastball hit foul, 2-2. Fastball's in the zone a bunch, better than 70% strikes with a fastball. And you hear 3 2/3 and think, well, what was the problem? He was a reliever prior to that game, so not built up. He gave him 79 pitches. Home with a 2-2. Just high, ball 3.
Ryan Weathers wanted that pitch for sure, and it looked like it was a strike. Mookie got a little veteran grace on that take.
Leading things off tonight. And he's worked it full, and we'll see another. So the Dodger offense has gone quiet the last few games. Only 8 runs over the last 4. As a team hitting 109 during that 4-game stretch. Thanks to the pitching, though, they won 2 of those 4. Another 3-2. Betts takes inside on a leadoff walk.
The Dodgers will be able to find some walks against Ryan Weathers. He's only thrown 9 2/3 innings coming into this game, but he has 4 walks and a lot of deep counts. So they can try and get to him with walking or with this guy up there probably hitting.
San Diego did a good job against Seager last weekend. He had only the 1 home or the 1 hit on Friday night. It was his only hit of the series. So he broke the tie with a home run in the 12th. Takes ball 1 here. And hadn't had many hits the last week or so, but the ones he's had have been timely. Drove in the only run in Tuesday's 1-0 win. Drove in 3 of the 4 runs in Seattle total. Totals for the offense during this 4-game slide, more than 10 Ks per game. It's fouled and it's 1-1.
Corey just got one of those sliders that you do want to pick on. It was up and a little bit flatter.
Fourth consecutive left-handed starter the Dodgers have seen. And in a stretch where they see 6 of them in a 7-game span. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. Weathers was the 7th overall pick in 2018 out of a tiny town in Tennessee. To Loretto High School. Pitched for the Mustangs. He was the National High School Player of the Year. He gets Seager swinging with a fastball, 1 away.
He goes from a 3-2 walk to Mookie Betts to locating very well against Corey Seager. That 95-mile-an-hour right at the letters. Very tempting for Seager, but again, very hard to hit.
Walks Betts, strikes out Seager, now faces Justin Turner, who is all over the National League leaderboards. Hitting .381 so far. 2nd in the league in slugging and in OPS. Strike 1.
Ryan Weathers, one of the rare young players that actually has played all his games in front of fans. Gets called up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Breaks in then, and here he is. San Diego on the road, Dodger Stadium.
You mentioned high school player of the year in 2018. 2019 he was in low A.
Yeah.
That's the highest level he pitched at before debuting in the division series last year for the Padres. Goes without saying, ahead of his years, both in the talent and the mental side. Grew up around the game. His dad, former big leaguer David Weathers. They homeschooled him when he was in elementary school, and Dad was still playing, so he could be free to go to the park each day. Not the park like most of us kids go to, but the big league ballpark. And anytime the Reds put restrictions on who could come in and who couldn't, they'd hide him in the laundry cart, wheel him in, get him in anyways. And he was there just about every day, picking the brains of the pitchers, standing around the cage during BP. Think about those Reds teams he was around. Ken Griffey Jr., a young Joey Votto. Learned from all those guys. It's 1-2 on Turner. His dad says he's been preparing to be a pro baseball player his whole life.
He's the Padres version of Julio Urias. Left-handed, unbelievable arm, tremendous poise as soon as he gets here, and great command of the baseball. Just very precocious.
Paying a lot of attention to Betts over at first, who's not running. Turner yanks one left side. Diving Machado goes to second and gets the lead runner. Manny Machado with a great play. A little bit slow getting to his feet after diving to take a hit away from Turner. Good to see a smile on his face, though.
Well, we're now a few games into the season, plus spring training. You get a few aches and pains, and if you land on one of them, it Kind of irritates it a little bit. Cronenworth with a nice little stretch there in the one-out play. Machado was the savior, and Cronenworth made sure it counted.
Till 2 gone, and the hitter is Will Smith. Coming off a 1-for-14 road trip, and his average overall has dropped below 200. First pitch slider to the knees, strike 1. But he can, like he had to for much of last season, take some comfort in looking at the expected numbers. The quality of contact still been very good. Hits the ball on the ground less than any player in the National League. Hits this one foul, quickly 0-2. Just about finding some holes.
If I didn't look at the stat sheet, I would not have thought he dropped below 200. I don't really worry about Will Smith. The approach hasn't changed. He had some very hard hit balls on the road trip. It just didn't fall in. You don't see the chase. You still see a disciplined approach, and we know what kind of plan he takes to the plate. This is a very studied individual.
Yeah, still top 10 in baseball in walk rate. So the on-base percentage still above average. One-two. Corks one in the air. Deep center field. Grisham drifting to the track to put it away. Gave it a ride, but it stays in the yard on this cool night in LA. After 1, no score. Southern California Lexus dealers.
Well, early offense means not only early in the game to kind of keep the Padres down, but early in the inning. They haven't been starting their rallies, and they got Mookie Betts' walk, but they didn't continue on. Missed more bats. That's about Walker Buehler and his mechanics and tinkering with a few things, but also getting more strikeouts and keep streaking. Well, that's the home streak. They were 6-0 here, undefeated at Dodger Stadium this year.
And if you run that back to last season, include the wild card round, they've won 12 in a row at Dodger Stadium. Eric Hosmer leads off the second and swats the first pitch down the line foul. Hosmer had some big RBIs in the series last weekend, tied the game on Friday night, put him ahead on Sunday. He's top 15 or top 10 in the league overall with those 14 RBIs. The cutter gets in on him. Buehler's retired the first 4. If Dodger pitchers strike out 10 tonight, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink. Valid only at LA area restaurants. First time for Buehler pitching at Dodger Stadium since the home opener. They showed backstage Dodgers episode of the ring ceremony. Looks like it's going to be a great one to watch. Showed that on the video board before the game. Got to see his Bronson Arroyo message again as he rifles one in there for a strike on Myers.
Felt like a little bit of a man crush going on in that video. Bronson at the end takes his face and goes right up to the camera and goes, "Love you, man."
That was Walker's favorite pitcher growing up as a Cincinnati Reds fan in Kentucky. And they met in 2015 right after Buehler was drafted. He was rehabbing his elbow from his Tommy John surgery. Bronson Arroyo had just been acquired. He was in Arizona as well. Walker was kind of his shadow for a couple months. 2-1 on Myers. So with the relationship they built, Arroyo said he wanted to have the video be extra special. He remembered seeing Eddie Vedder dropping a musical performance on a retirement video for David Ross and how that video seems so much better than the rest of them. So he did his best, Eddie Vedder. 2-2.
That's the slider he's got to get going, and it's not that it isn't outstanding as far as its break. He's just got to start landing it a little bit more. It's real close to a 50-50 pitch.
Fastball is hit way up there to deep left center. Pollock going back at the wall and makes the catch. a mile high, but it falls into the glove of Pollock on the warning track for out number 2.
A.J. Pollock and Mookie Betts tracking this long fly ball. I think it was a little bit of an optical illusion for both of them. Their paths are just kind of cruising a little bit, but then have to make some adjustments. Mookie comes forward in case there's a carom, and A.J. finally gets it in the glove.
2 gone. Jake Cronenworth fouls off the first pitch. Padres, the most patient team in baseball, coming out aggressive against Buehler.
Walker sporting a high fastball tonight that looks a little different than his other starts. He's got some life up there, and he's got some accuracy at the top of the strike zone.
To the knees with 97 there. We see more 97s in this game already than we saw over his first few.
They're all watching Kenley Jansen throw 97. Is like, we're going to do that too.
0-2 pitch. Top of the zone again, just barely fouled. Both these pitchers, good stuff, facing lineups trying to break out of slumps. Dodgers just 1 run over the last 13 innings. Padres 2 runs in the last 28 innings. Buehler to Cronenworth, 0-2. Very high this time.
That's the pitch he's trying to eliminate. That ball to ball. There's just not even competitive when he gets in these 2-strike counts. And the adjustment now is not to make sure you throw a strike, but can you throw something that looks like a strike, ends up a ball right on the edge.
That was pretty good there. Good take by Cronenworth.
That was a great adjustment from Walker to come back with that cutter like that. And that's absolutely perfect. Cronenworth takes it because it's like, I don't want to break my hands.
Especially not tonight.
It's a little chilly.
5 degrees. Yeah, Buehler's got the sleeves on with the postseason shirt.
These guys grow up right before our very eyes, huh? You look out there at Walker Buehler now, you don't see the kid anymore. You see the World Series postseason hero.
Seventh pitch to Cronenworth. Takes off on him, and the count goes full. Buehler in his 5th year with Major League time now. Called up in September of 2017. Roxon fires a 3-2. Cronenworth muscles one, and Noisy will put it away. And a 1-2-3 second. 6 up, 6 down for Buehler. Game 1 between the Dodgers and the Padres, and time for Coors Light beating the pressure. Talking about this a little bit earlier, but the Dodgers unbeaten at home so far this season, sweeping the Nationals, sweeping the Rockies, and a 12-game home winning streak back to last year. Max Muncy to lead off, with Pollock and Noisy to follow. Well, Muncy 2 for his last 22, including just 1 of 12 against the Padres last weekend, but still 6th in the league in on-base percentage. First one from Ryan Weathers, outside, ball 1. Two and 0. Got his first off day of the season on Monday. He's the last Dodger to get his first day off. That's foul, and 2-1.
This young man has a very bright future, Joe. The poise, the stuff. He's probably going to add a pitch or 2 as his career goes on. Actually watching him develop at the big league level, but he's going to bring some outstanding statistics even during his development time up here.
He hits Muncy with a 2-2, and the Dodgers have the leadoff man on.
Left field, number 11.
Ball comes out a little bit early. They were going away, and I think he was going to throw it his hardest and most accurate, and everything just kind of fell apart, and Max paid for it.
Leadoff man on both innings against Weathers. Six-hitter A.J. Pollock coming up. A.J. got his first and only hit of the road trip in the final game of the trip on Tuesday. He doubled and scored their only run. On the first pitch from Weathers, he takes in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes.
Weathers right about now is about 50-50 as far as throwing you a strike or a ball. So I believe it'll turn out to be wild or effectively wild.
Just misses there. 2-0.
Living dangerously with these 2-0 counts. 2-0 to Muncy. Now 2-0 to Pollock.
Who led the team with 16 home runs last year. Looking for his first one this year. On a 2-0 pitch, takes ball 3.
Real contingency of right-handed hitters for the Dodgers that should really make them come along against left-handed pitching, especially left-handed starters. You think about Turner and Pollock at the plate, Will Smith, Mookie Betts. These are the guys that need to step up when there's a lefty on the mound.
Wow, generous outside corner. Tony Randazzo calling balls and strikes tonight. And Pollock still up there at 3-1.
That should be ball 4 at this level. This isn't the development level. This is the execution level. That was wide.
It has felt like the development level in the strike zone the last week or so. On 3-1, Pollock cracks one into left. Profar with room. He was positioned way out there and hardly had to move. So Weathers able to take advantage of that. Ball 4 turns strike 1 and get Pollock one away. Here's Sheldon Noisy making his Dodger Stadium debut tonight. Activated during the road trip. And former Oakland A, looking for his first hit in the Dodger uniform. So that's going to be a strike tonight.
So far it is. It's really close to the chalk line on the left-hand batter's box, inside corner.
One ball, one strike.
Just missed.
I'm going to say, not going to go quite that far. 2 balls and 1 strike on Noisy. Muncy at first, 1 gone. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Perfect location, evens the count 2-2. out and says, all right.
And they're surely not worried about him extending his arms. They are working him away.
Now set the target inside. A 2-2 pitch fouled into the glove. Strike 3. And Noisy has started his time with the Dodgers 0 for 5 with 4 Ks.
Number 62.
Little slider they're trying to bounce or back foot. It leaves it right over the middle of the plate, and Sheldon just missed a cookie.
The back-to-back guys here that were late additions to the lineup tonight. Noisy and then Raley, with McKinstry and Taylor both getting scratched because of lower back tightness. That's ball 1 on Raley. First start for him since the San Diego series. I beg your pardon, started Monday night against Seattle. On a 1-0 pitch, swings and misses at a slider, 1-1. Dodgers looking for their first hit since Corey Seager's RBI single in the 3rd inning Tuesday. They're 0 for 23 since then. So there were only 3 hits total in that game Tuesday. 2 singles and a double combined. That was the fewest total bases in an interleague game ever. There's 4.
And it happened in the American League Park too, with the DH on both sides. It wasn't even a National League Park.
So that's what, 6 more opportunities for somebody to come up with a hit?
Yeah.
Weathers home 1-2. Raley looks at strike 3 to the outside corner, and the inning is over. Dodgers have had the leadoff man on in both innings, but he stayed put. And after 2, no score. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Jack in the Box. Go classic, spicy, or both with the new $5.99 50/50 popcorn chicken with ranch. Only at Jack in the Box. 6 up, 6 down for Walker Buehler, who now faces Campusano, Profar, and Weathers here in a scoreless 3rd inning.
Well, when you get to the bottom of the order and you've had Walker Buehler on the mound, you kind of register, what is he working with? What's he got? Well, he's throwing almost 90% hard stuff right now. So this portion of the order, if they don't want to get to anything or deep in the count, they might look at ambushing Walker, and it might be time to get an off-speed pitch ready for the second time around the order.
I always think it's fascinating when a guy faces the same lineup back-to-back starts, something I know used to happen a lot more with the old scheduling. But this is a different pitch mix than we saw on Friday night. He threw his fastball below half of the time, season low, one of the lowest you'll ever see with him. You just mentioned he's turned that usage way back up tonight.
It seems like he's got great command of the fastball tonight, especially at the top of the strike zone, and he's using it right now. And if it happens to depart during the game, he's got a lot of other tools he can go to.
So here we go with the 3rd, the 7-hitter, Luis Campusano. Swings and misses at an elevated fastball, strike 1. Campusano just 3 for 30 this year, but one of those 3 hits, an RBI single against the Dodgers last weekend. Down the line to right, Luke Raley, 1 gone.
Dodgers home plate has 4 new locations throughout Los Angeles and is now available for delivery from the west side to Pasadena. Plus, now serving specialty Dodgers micheladas and other beer options. Search for home plates within the Postmates app to order. I don't think we should order that.
Not during the game,
Not
you mean?
no.
We can order, we just should wait till after
to get the micheladas.
Yeah, yes. Here's Profar. It's another fastball for a strike. Buehler has thrown 18 of his 23 fastballs in the strike zone. Now 0-1. It's a cutter that misses. Ball one. Speaking of ordering some adult beverages off of the app, you know, after the home opener and ring ceremony, Walker gifted all his teammates a custom engraved bottle of Buffalo Trace Eagle Rare 10-year bourbon.
Nice.
Yeah. 2-2.
Bourbon, Bueller.
Kentucky.
Kentucky. It's all fits.
2-2 pitch. Profar pops it foul. We'll do it again. Dodgers did a good job on Jurickson and Profar last weekend. It was just 1 for 9. Although that one hit was a big one. I feel like I'm saying that with a lot of guys, right? Like they didn't have many hits, but when they did, it counted. That was the case with Profar. Big hit on Friday night. And another 2-2 from Bueller. He fouls it into the glove. Strike 3. The third for Bueller. 2 away.
Breaking ball got the first out of this inning, but now another, the 5th out with the fastball.
I guess it makes sense that if you had a hit, it was probably a big one because there wasn't a ton of offense for much of the series, especially when the starters were in. Starters only gave up 6 runs in the 3 games total. That's a strike on Weathers, and it was within 1 run in the 8th inning all 3 days. Cued off the end of the bat. Up along the line. Bueller throws and gets him. He took a good long look at it and said, that's not rolling foul, is it? So he had to grab it and throw him out. 9 up, 9 down for Walker Bueller. Our junior Dodger of the game tonight is Vincent, and his favorite player is Justin Turner. You can join Junior Dodgers for a chance to be the junior Dodger of the game. Go to Dodgers.com/JRDodgers. What a seat Vincent's got there, huh? T-Mobile coverage camp coming at you from the top of the pavilion. Dodgers and Padres to the bottom of the 3rd, no score. No hits yet. Walker Bueller and Ryan Weathers doing what they did on Friday night. Now, that kind of got lost in the shuffle because so many crazy things happened after. But both these guys pitched really well in Game 1 last weekend.
Well, the starting pitching in that series was excellent, and that's why we were within 1 run most of the time. You said till the 8th. These guys are doing it again. Weathers with a little effective wildness, and Walker Bueller just mowing them down.
Dodgers have had the leadoff man on both innings, a walk and a hit by pitch, but he stayed glued to first both times. One ball, 1 strike. Bueller looking for his first hit of the year. Behind 1-2.
In the innings prior, when you've struggled a little bit with your command, it's always nice to have the pitcher leading off that you feel gets rid of the anxiety and just feel like you can fill the strike zone.
Bueller slashes the first hit of the night into right field. So much for that lack of stress.
Got to bear down against everybody with this Dodger club.
First hit for the Dodgers since the 3rd inning on Tuesday.
This bat is just long enough. Excellent piece of hitting, using the opposite field, dropping the top hand, staying down and through it. Looked like a world-class athlete.
That's right, teaching tape.
Bueller, bourbon, and base hits.
That's what he does. Beats, base hits, Battlestar Galactica. Top of the order, Mookie Betts. Strike one. Betts walked his first time. And so good to have him miss just the one game. It was a really scary moment Monday night when he took that fastball off with a forearm, and boy, everybody held their breath for a little bit. Dave Roberts included. He stayed in the game, and then the schedule timed out, kind of worked out in his favor, where he sat for the day game on Tuesday and then had the built-in off day Wednesday. We get Betts back, still waiting on Bellinger. Tries to lay off, went around 1-2. Bellinger talked to the media before the game and said that it's a very frustrating thing right now, especially watching these big games against San Diego, because it's just something where he's got to kind of wait for the bone to heal and wait for the pain tolerance to be such that he can run again. Not anything you can really rehab. Betts down looking. Strikeout number 4 for Weathers.
This pretty much is the definition of effectively wild, that when you finally do throw one in the strike zone, you make a perfect pitch. So hitters are watching you kind of spray it around, and then all of a sudden you light one up right there. Mookie knew as soon as he threw it.
Now Seager struck out his first time. 4 for his last 27. First pitch slider outside, ball 1. Chased a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was a little anxious even for Corey.
Pop up. Shift was on, so a long way to go for Machado, but it was way up there, so he had time. Seager's the second out. Now word from Fix Auto Collision Centers.
Supporting your community means supporting local businesses. Fix Auto Collision Centers are proud to be locally owned and operating.
So he retires 1-2 in the order after Buehler started the inning with a single, and here comes Turner. Hit it hard his first time, but a diving play by Machado turned it into a fielder's choice.
When I think about this matchup right here, I see Justin pulling the breaking ball, getting underneath it, going to left field with it. The fastball, I see him hitting it to right center.
Chopper to third. Machado cuts it off and throws him out to end the inning. Different inning, same story. Leadoff man reaches but goes nowhere. No score after 3.
Foundation launched a 2020 World Series Championship ring sweepstakes, giving one lucky fan the chance to win an authentic and personalized ring. Over the next 4 weeks, fans will receive 1 entry for each $10 donation made online. The sweepstakes ends on May 21st, so make sure to go to Dodgers.com/win to donate and learn more.
All right, Kirsten, sounds like a heck of an opportunity for somebody as we welcome it back to LA. No score after 3 innings. Second time to the lineup here for the Padres. I know you said you were looking forward to seeing how Buehler maybe works things this second time through after he mowed him down the first time.
He's got 7 swings and misses, and they're all with the fastball. So if that tells you something about what they've seen and what they haven't seen, they haven't really seen the curveball. They haven't really seen the slider. They've seen the 4-seamer the most. I think he's thrown maybe 1 2-seamer, and it had really nice movement on it, but he has really established the fastball, and I'm sure has sped them up.
That was mostly fastball against Fernando Tatis Jr. to start the game. Blew him away with 97. Tatis now has struck out in 40% of his plate appearances this year. That's the 3rd worst strikeout rate in the league. He missed 10 days with a shoulder injury. Popped out of the socket. First pitch that he sees, he swats to the left side, base hit. So Tatis, the first base runner of the game for the Padres, as he singles against Buehler.
Tatis picked on a cutter. Pretty good one, just up a little bit. If he's looking for the four-seamer, this one actually breaks a little bit away from him, and he gets it on the barrel.
112 off of the bat there. So they try to get him healthy, get him feeling right again. Well, he was down on the injured list for those 10 days, focused on making all of his swings two-handed follow-throughs. He had a tendency sometimes to have the one-handed follow-through, and that's when the shoulder popped out most recently. Strike one on Grisham.
Going back to the bag, feet first. You're not going to see him dive either. You're going to try and keep him off his belly to protect his shoulder.
Couldn't lay off the cutter. 0-2.
That one a little lower, a little sharper than the one that Tatis hit. Max might need a hand pad over there inside his glove with Buehler throwing the ball to first. He's looking at the leather like, did he rip it?
Yeah. Get him a fillet. Here comes an 0-2. That's high, ball one. Trent Grisham, not a guy that strikes out often, but Buehler made him look bad his first time up there. Had him spinning around in a fastball. One of Buehler's 3 Ks, first time through the lineup. 2-2. Trent Grisham's got that unique way of holding the bat with his thumbs up the handle. He's always held it like that. Milwaukee tried to get him to change when he was a minor leaguer and had his worst year. So went back to doing it how he always did. Tatis takes off, swing and a miss for strike 3. Throw goes past Seager but hits the umpire and stays in the infield. So the Dodgers catch a break as that thing hits Chad Whitson.
There's one out with a strikeout and a great assist from Chad Whitson.
He didn't know he needed his chest protector tonight.
Yeah, that's usually not for 2 more nights. He'll move to first tomorrow and then be by home. But wow, he didn't even flinch.
No, tough guy.
Ready to make the call.
First man in scoring position for either team tonight, and Machado comes up and cracks the first pitch into left for a base hit. Tatis is headed home, and the Padres scored the game's first run. Manny Machado with an RBI single, and it's 1-0 San Diego.
Walker Buehler did change his sequencing. Starts Manny off with a little breaking ball, a little slider. And Manny does a nice job catching up to it, not pulling off it, not being too fast, expecting fastball. Just hits it solidly into left. It's a good piece of hitting.
Man, these have been the biggest issues for the Padres with runners in scoring position. They're 4th in the majors in on-base percentage, but they're 28th in slugging, and they're 24th with runners in scoring position. Machado comes through there, and it's 1-0 as Hosmer takes ball 1. Hosmer really the only guy in the lineup that's been consistently good with runners in scoring position this year. Something he's always been good at. 31-year-old in his 11th year. Floats one into shallow right. The 3rd hit of the inning for the Padres.
Couple of hits on first pitch sliders, and now a broken bat hit. I think it's on a cutter. Yep, cutting it right in there and gets in on the label. That perfect 56-degree wedge. Just over the trap onto the green.
Useful.
The wedge?
That's just something golf announcers say. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 on 1 out. Here's Myers. Flied to left his first time. 3 for his last 20 with that fly out after he started this season hot. He's dealt with some knee issues, some knee tendonitis. I'm wondering if he can do it over 162 games. Had his best season last year. And it wasn't Tatis, it wasn't Machado, it was Myers that led the team in OPS last year. Back-to-back breaking balls, gets called strike here, and it's 1-1. And when he signed his extension years ago, it was a record deal for the Padres. And they just keep on topping it, though. Then they sign Hosmer to a bigger deal, Machado to a deal bigger than that, and then Tatis. Fastball whistles in at 96, strike 2. Padres are the only team in American sports with 2 $300 million players. It'll be Machado and Tatis. One, 2. 2-2. Machado at second, Hosmer at first, Buehler to the plate with a 2-2. Way high. The count goes full.
Pitchers have very short memories, and Walker's given up 2 hits this inning on a slider, so I don't think he's going to throw a slider right here. I think it's going to be a cutter or a 4-seamer.
It was a 4-seamer to get strike 3. His 5th.
He goes back to the well, which is where he finds his good fastball. Doesn't hit the target specifically, but he gets it in the strike zone, and at that velocity, in this count, Myers has to offer and misses it.
Trying to limit the damage to 1. 6-hitter Jake Cronenworth climbs in. Popped out his first time and is 3 for his last 25 after a very good start to the year. The guy that finished runner-up for Rookie of the Year last season. Strike 1. That 5th strikeout for Buehler puts you 5 away from a free jumbo jack tomorrow at Jack in the Box with the purchase of a large drink at LA area restaurants. One-on-one. You think about Cronenworth as the Rookie of the Year runner-up, and think back a little before that, he was basically a footnote in the Tommy Pham deal coming from Tampa Bay. The fringes of the roster. Nobody even figured he would make the team back when things were normal coming out of spring training. Barely was on the radar at that point, but he impressed during summer camp. Made the team as the final guy on the roster. Popped up off of the hands here. Will Smith in foul ground will make the catch and end the inning. Padres get one, but strand two to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0. Tonight from Pacifico, Eric and Sam from Chino Hill with Scott Warner at Game 3 of the World Series. In Texas, of course, where the Dodgers had their entire postseason run last year. They trailed this one 1-0 and a Manny Machado RBI hit. Bottom of the fourth, just one hit against Ryan Weathers, who is doing it again against LA. Made his big league debut against them, actually in that ballpark you just saw in our Pacifico fan of the game picture. 3 2/3 scoreless innings against him last Friday in San Diego, and 3 scoreless innings here tonight. Part of the order, Will Smith to lead it off. And kind of more of the same for Will. Hit it to the warning track in center field his first time. It was caught by Grisham. The 0-1. Fouled off 0-2. Weathers coming right at him, not wasting any time. Dieter playing stop. Down, open up, shot. Oh, Rough Riders anthem. Yeah, you do. You'd know it if, yeah, yeah.
If my partner was singing better, I
yes,
would know it.
That would definitely help. But you don't want your partner singing anymore.
Okay. Was it by somebody that you know?
DMX is in it. I don't know if it's technically by him.
Okay.
1-2. It is officially DMX, I'm being told.
Okay. Oral H doesn't know that.
Oh boy. 1-2 pitch inside corner to get Smith. Ryan Weathers with his 5th K, 1 gone in the 4th.
A little different way to get to the fastball in, different than what he used against Mookie Betts. A little erratic against Mookie, but this at bat, pretty much Weathers was locked in. Started with the 0-2 count and finished with that pitch.
There's Muncy with 1 out. 3 of the 5 Ks for Weathers have been looking. Muncy got hit by a 2-2 pitch his first time. He takes strike 1 here. '21-year-old winds and deals. That spins away 1-1. Got in extra good shape this offseason too. He cut 15 pounds. Same lifting routine he usually does, but he added long distance running around Loretto to his plan. It was part of his dad's offseason routine. His dad said, look, doesn't matter how great you look on the beach if you can't pitch. Yeah, it's over the inside corner, 2-2. So the goal wasn't necessarily to get cut out. It was to get into good pitching shape. Fires 2-2. Muncy takes just inside, and the count goes full.
At 21 years old, he's got some time to kind of really develop what kind of body he's going to end up with. Probably see what that's going to look like more around when he's 24, 25.
Ground ball right side, deep in the shift. Machado gets him. Well, they've not been playing this defense much this season because of Tatis's shoulder issues. They've put him over on the right side instead of making him cover the entire left side of the infield. But the last couple of days, they've been back into this setup where Machado is so good.
5 at 9-3. If you're going to score that one, that is deep.
So 5 in a row retired, second time through for Ryan Weathers. And to the plate comes A.J. Pollock. Line to left his first time. Were you a long distance runner in your pitching days? Is that part of your routine?
As I was coming up, I did run a lot of long distance, but then once I got to the big leagues and then this invention called the Versa Climber, that became my cardio workout because the distance running started to irritate my back. But I did like the discipline of long distance running, of holding your mechanics together as you're running and keeping your concentration, and as you get tired. I saw it more as a mental exercise, even though you were doing something physical.
2-1.
I did a lot of concentration exercises through all of my workout, cardio and strength training.
Brain training.
Yep. See how long I could pick a dot out on the wall and stare at it while I was lifting weights.
For real?
Yep. I would just stare at it, and just like it was the target, like it was Mike Scioscia's glove, I would lift and do and just see if how long I could look at it and not get bored and distracted.
What was your record?
Oh, I never really kept a clock on it. You know, it was just, you know, you were doing your 15 to 20 reps or waiting for the burn, and through the burn and the fatigue, continue to concentrate and bear down.
So it wasn't ever like you passed an afternoon and staring at the dots.
No. Because on the mound, you only have to be disciplined there for, you know, maybe a good 30 seconds as you're determining where are the fielders, what's the situation, what's going to be my pitch, how am I going to look into the target, you know, look for the glove. Okay, here we go.
Fouled into the glove, strike 3. Ryan Weathers now 9 career innings against the Dodgers, no runs on 2 hits. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Find great ways to save on a bold new Camry at the We Make It Easy sales event. Back at Dodger Stadium, the Padres won, the Dodgers nothing. Go figure, another tight one between these teams. It was within 1 run into the 8th inning in all 3 games last weekend. Of course, had the memorable 12-inning game on Friday night. Pitchers duel on Saturday. Padres come from behind win on Sunday. Upstairs, ball 1 on Campusano.
Some of the most entertaining April baseball that you'll ever see.
Fastball misses, 2-0. You know, we talked about, you know, you can call it whatever you want. Doesn't have the history of a rivalry, but it has the proximity. And it is very quickly gaining all the other characteristics you want in a rivalry. I mean, you had the benches clearing second game right after they played 12 innings. And to look and see the intensity that these guys are feeling in these games and say that it's nothing close to a rivalry, that's crazy. I mean, it is very quickly becoming something special. That's a bouncing ball to third for Justin Turner. 1 gone.
Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stats, leaderboards, and more for your Dodgers and the rest of Major League Baseball.
Walker Buehler tonight, 5 Ks, no walks. A run on 3 hits. All 3 of those hits coming last inning. Here's Profar. Struck out his first time. Out of Willemstad, Curacao. Capital city, baseball capital of a baseball-rich country. Same place Kenley Jansen's from. Ozzie Albies from there. Andrew Jones. Randall Simon is from there. Very first guy, Hensley Bam Bam Mullins, is the first big leaguer out of Curacao. There's a hero back there. Currently there are 16 players from the country that are in the majors. And Jurickson goes back during the offseason to help teach the next generation of players. It's a bouncing ball foul here. Still 0-2. Loves to teach him hitting, but he says mostly he loves to teach him life skills. Loves to teach him about perseverance. Because this is a guy, remember, that was the #1 prospect in all of baseball and then forgotten. He missed 2 years after he blew out his shoulder. But the perseverance that he learned getting through that, and they say never changing his attitude, always smiling, always upbeat, even in the lowest points. That's something he tries to pass along to the kids from his home country. On a 1-2, pops it off the hands, backing out of play. You saw him as an 11-year-old starring on Curaçao's Little League World Series champion team.
Volunteer field. I saw him hit one of the farthest balls I've ever seen. Not at the main field in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, but the other field where they were playing a few of the international games. He looked like a man among boys already at 11.
Good take there, 2-2. He says that experience playing in front of those big crowds, he thinks helped prepare him some for playing in front of major league crowds. I mean, relatively speaking, those crowds for an 11-year-old are probably like these crowds for a big leaguer.
In Williamsport, and they do pack them. I mean, there's tons of people. An 11-year-old standing in the batter's box or playing a position at shortstop. All you can see when you look around, 360-degree view, are people and fans. You don't see, oh, there's off in the distance, it's just a sprinkling of people. No, it's not a few dads leaning over the fence.
Fastball blows him away. 2 gone in the 5th.
Fastball seems to be the most effective pitch, especially for getting outs and strikeouts here tonight for Walker. He's given up some hits on the slider, one on the cutter. That's how the Padres got their runs, but that fastball seems to be unscathed.
6 Ks for him. First one to Weathers is smacked down the line foul. We're talking about Ryan Weathers following his dad into the ballpark in Cincinnati and learning from all the big leaguers, hanging around the clubhouse. He also used to take his own batting practice during the Reds BP, standing out in short center field behind the netting back there behind the cage. His dad would pitch to him, and as a 9-year-old he was hitting balls into the upper deck from short center field. Adam Dunn said, I watched this kid hit as a 9-year-old and said, I'm going to sneak back to the cage and try and copy some of the things he's doing. Healthy rip and a miss there, 1-2. But you know, the ball really flies in Cincy, so no big deal.
Upper deck for a 9-year-old anywhere is pretty good. Even with the cheat being behind second base.
Yeah, a little head start, but still. His dad was really tight with Kent Merker, and when they caught up a couple years ago, he said, yeah, you know, my boy's doing great. He's pitching in low A. And Kent said, wait a minute, he's a pitcher? Because he remembered back to those BP sessions and how much he raked. Here he watches 95, tips his cap and heads back to the dugout, halfway home in a 1-0 game. Performance spotlight, Walker Buehler and Ryan Weathers both really good tonight. The only run coming in the 4th inning and a Manny Machado base hit. To the bottom of the 5th we go.
Well, he has been effectively wild some innings, and then other innings he has been locked in and getting ahead. Both of these guys are going toe-to-toe, but could be the very thinnest of margins here tonight with the way these guys are pitching and how outstanding both of these bullpens are.
I mentioned it going to break last inning when Weathers finished off another 1-2-3 frame. You combine his division series appearance last Friday and tonight. He's pitched a complete game against LA. No runs on 2 hits. It was Zach McKinstry that singled against him on Friday night. It was Walker Buehler that has the only hit tonight. Noisy Rayleigh Buehler coming up here in the 5th. Noisy hits a high fly ball. Back there to center. Grisham twisting to the track to catch it. He looks so comfortable out there, nonchalantly working back to put it away. One gone.
Number 62, Luke Rayleigh.
Value Day, Wednesday, April 28th against the Reds. The tickets starting as low as $25. Go to Dodgers.com/tickets to learn more. Reds coming on Monday. Top 2 offenses in baseball face off. Rayleigh swings and misses at a first pitch slider. Although the Reds just got swept by the Arizona Diamondbacks. I don't know if you saw any clips from that game. I think it was Tuesday night. They were playing through a downpour, and the Reds pitcher, every time the umpire would throw him a ball, he would just grab it and throw it to the dugout, basically in protest. There's no reason we should be playing at this point. It's raining too hard. And eventually they did shut it down and complete it the next day. But the umpires were really trying to push through the rain, and this pitcher wasn't having any of it. The 1-2. Dribbler along first. Weathers throws it down the line. Machado always seems to be there. He was to back that up. Rayleigh aboard here with one gone in the 5th.
It's a great backup coming all the way from third.
Yeah, right.
This one is the perfect swinging bunt. Rayleigh runs right down the line to kind of distract Weathers. Doesn't break the rules. Stays within that 45-foot line right down the line. And he stays right on the edge. Might have been a bang play and beat him. And once he does that, he better get back on the bag.
I think they've actually called him out. Rayleigh's headed back to the dugout.
Wow, they're going to say he's inside the line. I didn't think he looked inside the line. It looked like he was running on the line. No, he's inside the line there.
Strike one on Buehler.
The very end of it, he definitely is inside.
Back to the World Series in 2019. Trey Turner in Game 6 in Houston. There was a similar play, very controversial. Ball 2 on Buehler. Ball 3.
Walker got the only hit for the Dodgers. He's pitching around him here.
In his head, huh? Slugger Buehler. 3-2.
Walker trying to get the go-ahead run to the plate with Mookie Betts.
Chopper. Weathers having to really work. Athletic play to get him. And end the 5th. 5 shutout innings at Dodger Stadium for Ryan Weathers. To the 6th we go, 1-0. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. The Steakhouse Angus Thick Burger is back at Carl's Jr. Feed your happy. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Walker Buehler's been great tonight. Ryan Weathers has been better. To the 6th inning, the Padres won, the Dodgers nothing.
Walker took a little extra time there as he motored down to first base to get back in the dugout, towel off, get a little drink of water. Now out there Just started his warm-up pitches about 4 or 5 ago. Weathers has been outstanding. That first outing against the Dodgers, when he stretched out in his first big league start, 79 pitches, went 3 2/3. Well, Weathers now going up toe-to-toe with Walker Buehler, goes 80 pitches so far, and he's gone 5 innings.
Top of the order coming for the Padres. This is the part of the order that got it done for him in the 4th. Tatis, Machado, and Hosmer. The only 3 hits of the game for San Diego, but they came in a 4-batter span. We often talk about the term sequencing. And very often when a team is slumping the way these two teams are, you got to sequence your way to wins. You got to have the few hits that you're going to get come in succession. And that's what the Padres have had tonight. Tatis takes ball 1 low. The ballpark where his dad famously hit the 2 grand slams in 1 inning. That's driven on a line to center. Betts on the run. He's to the edge of the track to catch it. That's actually tomorrow will be the anniversary of that. 1999, Fernando Tatis Sr. Same year that Fernando was born. Those two talk every day still. It's in the same way that Ryan Weathers grew up around the game with his dad David. Fernando grew up around the game with his dad playing in the big leagues. Here's Trent Grisham. Fernando has a younger brother playing pro ball too. Elijah Tatis signed with the White Sox a couple years back. 1 ball, no strikes. His grandpa played at the AAA level. Uncles, cousins played. Cross to right. Trent Grisham with his 2nd home run against Buehler. 2-0 Padres.
Third baseman Manny Machado.
Fastball has been very effective for Walker Buehler. But if Grisham is going to hit for power, it's usually against the hard stuff. And boy, does he catch up to this fastball. That's WOD. That's way out there.
Never heard that one. Yeah. Grisham swings at high fastballs at a lower rate than anybody in baseball. And so somewhat of an ambush by that scouting report. Now Machado backspinning a ball deep center. Room for Betts. 3 very hard hit balls to open this inning. 2 of them outs. And up comes Hosmer. One for 2 in this one. Lands a breaking pitch, strike 1.
About 60% fastballs tonight. Most of them very successful. 12 of his 13 swings and misses the fastball.
Which was something that was definitely missing first few starts. Swings and misses on that pitch. Whiff rate had been about cut in half on the fastball. Off the end of the bat, but foul. 1-2.
I think we just saw our second 2-seamer. That had some nice tailing action on it. Throw 2 seamers at 96 and 97. Hard to get them to sink when you throw them that hard.
Dustin May disagrees.
Yeah, that's true. A little different arm angle, though, yeah.
Well, his don't sink as much as they run on him, right? Tail.
Yeah. He had very good depth in his last outing on him. It's a little bit more hand discipline.
May will start Sunday against Joe Musgrove on Sunday Night Baseball. Seven matchups in a 10-day span between these two teams. Hosmer now to left center. Betts busy in this inning. Makes the catch and ends the frame. But Trent Grisham leaves the yard. Middle six, 2-0 San Diego. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the newest, friendliest, and safest casino resort. Good times. Dodger offense trying to get going. 8 runs now over the last 4.5 games, although the top of the order coming up here.
Yeah, it's a challenge against left-handed pitching. It's a challenge against the breaking ball, and the pitcher, Walker Buehler, with an only hit.
Yeah, good part of the order here to get it done against a guy, though, who is really locked in Ryan Weathers. Giving up that one hit to Buehler. Bounces the first one to Betts. Walked and struck out. 81 pitches, new career high for the left-hander from Tennessee. A couple Tennessee natives going at it. Generous outside corner, 1-1. Loretto against Nashville. Loretto right near the Alabama border. Down the line, foul. Quick word from Home Depot.
The Home Depot rental has everything you need to go the distance, including tools, trucks, and equipment, some with job site delivery.
That is crushed down the line, but foul. Mookie Betts a year ago in the Winds hit 15 of his 16 home runs. Drove in 36 of his 39 runs. And it was similar in the postseason. He scored 14 runs in the wins. He scored 1 run in the losses. When Mookie goes, they win. On a 1-2 pitch. He gets up on that. Hits it in the air to left. But just missed it. And Profile will make the catch.
Mookie looked like he was anticipating that fastball coming in. Almost got to it.
Just a little too high.
Let's see what Seager's going to look for other than just a baseball that's near the strike zone.
0 for 2 tonight. 4 for his last 28. Takes ball 1. The Dodgers have had their issues against left-handers. Seager, though, has hit a home run once every 8 at-bats since the beginning of the postseason last year. Lefty-lefty. Austin Adams warming. Weathers nearing the end of his night. Just his second career big league start. 2-1. How huge is this for San Diego? One day after Dinelson Lamet leaves his return with forearm tightness after 2 innings. Adrian Morejon already shut down to have Tommy John. That's why Weathers is in the rotation. That's smacked and caught. Jake Cronenworth, a diving play, 2 gone.
The young man on the mound is throwing the ball very well, but once it gets hit hard, you got defenders like that, you're in for a really big night. Now he has 2 outs here in the 6th inning because of that great grab.
Jay Stigler's going to come take it from him. 5 2/3 shutout baseball for Ryan Weathers at Dodger Stadium. Has to be pleased beyond any of their imagination coming in here at Dodger Stadium. 5 2/3, no runs, just 1 hit from Walker Buehler.
They really mixed the pitches well, and really just 2 different kinds.
Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. Weathers leaves. Doesn't matter who comes in. When you get a guy that's pitching that well out, you feel good about it. But just to finish off the info for you, his name's Austin Adams, and he's on to face Justin Turner with the bases empty and 2 out.
Yeah, the only thing that got Weathers out was a pitch count, and protecting the young man as they build his pitch count up now. Probably a little bit more force fed now than San Diego wanted to, but he's going to be in the rotation for a little while.
First one from Adams, spins away to Turner, ball 1. Now this is the number 3 bullpen in baseball in terms of ERA, but they have pitched more than 4 innings per game. That is by far the most used bullpen in baseball. And they're coming off a series where their top guys all worked a bunch. You wonder how sustainable that is long term. And the Dodgers did have success against the bullpen last weekend. 12 runs in 4 1/3, or in 14 1/3. 3-0 on Turner.
Adams on the mound has pitched 3 times in the last week. Pitched yesterday, 1 inning, 9 pitches. Justin's gotten all sliders from him. He pretty much throws just a fastball and a slider. That's pretty much what Weathers threw, but from the left side.
On a 3-1 pitch, Turner takes ball 4, and they get the tying run to the plate. Let's check in with Kirsten.
Catcher, Will Smith.
Let's try again. Kirsten?
Ahead of the game, Dave Roberts spoke that this was one of the keys for the Dodgers. He said that the goal was to get to the bullpen earlier in the game so that they could continue to tax them. Joe?
All right, so they get to him with 2 gone here in the 5th. By the Padres standards, this is a deep outing. They've only gotten 5+ in half of their games this year. It's up by the head of Smith, ball 1. Just 1 run for the Dodgers in their last 18 innings. Oh, almost hit him, and it did. So the tying run reaches, and Max Muncy comes up. I mean, we talk about this all the time. It doesn't matter who's coming out of that door. There's a chance he's not as good as a guy who's pitching the way Weathers was.
The slider has not been consistent since Adams came in. He's been pulling it and leaving it loosely on the arm side.
And you know, Oral, the hope when they brought Austin Adams in was that he would get the final out on either Turner or Smith and not have to face the left-handed Muncy. But with the 3-batter minimum, he does. Before he bats, a word from Land Rover.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you by your SoCal Land Rover retailers.
You know, the 3-batter minimum rule was really incorporated to have less pitching changes. I'm not sure that really has worked out, but the other thing that it was the motive was to improve offense and to put the defense kind of in a predicament. And right here, the Dodgers might see it to their advantage.
Turner walks, Smith gets hit, and now Max Muncy represents the go-ahead run with 2 gone in the 6th. First pitch from Adams, way outside, ball 1. First at bat tonight for LA with a man in scoring position. First time they've had multiple runners on an inning. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
Living with the slider.
Tapped off of the plate, 1-2. Muncy had a game-winning home run in the opening homestand against Colorado. Trailed that game by 2 late when he hit a 3-run shot. Then as now, the crowd leaning into it, trying to will him to it. Turner at second, Smith at first. Adams home with a 1-2. Muncy fouls it off, will do it again.
Max out in front of those sliders. Just has enough swing left to foul it off and live to see another pitch.
389 this year in these situations. 2 on, 2 out. 1-2. Got him swinging. Adams able to get out of the jam. And after 6, it's 2-0.
Backstage Dodgers, the story of how Dodger manager Dave Roberts was diagnosed with and overcame Hodgkin's lymphoma. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers tomorrow, presented by Cadillac.
2-0 game. Padres in front of Walker Buehler and the Dodgers as we go to the 7th. Brusdar Graterol is warming. Buehler 88 pitches into his outing, comes home to Will Myers and misses inside, ball 1. 5, 6, and 7 for the Padres. All the damage tonight coming from the top of the order. Top 4 in the order, getting all the hits and scoring the 2 runs. Got 1 on a Machado RBI single in the 4th, 1 on a Grisham homer in the 6th. Generous inside corner, 1-2. Ouch. Way up into the Los Angeles night when it comes down. Turner will make the catch. Buehler pitching into the 7th inning for the first time in his 4 starts this year. And trying to make it 4 for 4 in giving up 2 earned runs or fewer. Just hoping for some support to get him off of the hook here. 1 away for Cronenworth. 0 for 2 at the plate, but a diving play defensively. Strike 1.
It's not a bad night for Walker Buehler. It's a tough night right now. If the offense would get him 4 or 5 runs, you'd go, wow, this is really good outing. A nice W for Walker right here. He's just trying to get him back in the dugout down by 2 and see if the bats can wake up.
0-2.
1 swing from Grisham, and then a few hits on a couple of first pitch sliders and a broken bat lob wedge that got the other run.
Padres trying to hang a loss on Buehler for the first time, and this is 8th start against him, including a start in the division series last year. Got the 3rd lowest ERA of any pitcher ever against San Diego, regardless of team. No Bortz. A couple random ones. Buzz Capra, the Mets and the Braves in the 70s, and Taijuan Walker. Another 0-2. Outside corner to get him looking. Strikeout number 8 for Walker Buehler. 2 gone in the 7th.
He's going back door with either the slider or the cutter. I'd call that more a slider. At 89, I don't know what the charting services will say on that one.
It's interesting. That's right between the slider and the cutter.
Exactly. It's like, and I'm going with a slider just because it was backdoor and the way it kind of fought its way back. The cutter's way more about 92-ish usually.
Yeah. Second hardest cutter behind Dustin May, 92.5 on average.
Confirmation that it was charted a slider.
Okay. 1 ball, 1 strike on Campusano. That is a fastball.
No questions asked.
Nope. Curveball, 1-2.
Hey, that's my job.
My bad. You go ahead and call this next pitch.
Say
let's make it even.
Ball or strike, and I'll tell him what kind of pitch it is.
All right, you go ahead and call this pitch.
No, not as a play-by-play guy.
I did the analyst thing there. You need to even the score.
1-2 count here for his 100th pitch. Ball high. Cutter.
Easy. Don't do my job.
Gotcha.
You're pretty good at that, kid.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Future. 2-2. Fastball sizzles right by him to end the inning. 9 Ks for Buehler. We stretch in a 2-0 game.
Look at the Nissan calendar. There's 3 more games against San Diego and then 3 against the Reds. And as April comes to an end, single game tickets for the Dodgers 9-game homestand from May 11th through the 20th go on sale tomorrow at 12 p.m. at Dodgers.com/tickets.
All right, Kirsten, 2-0 in this one. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. New pitcher into the game for the Padres, right-hander Emilio Pagan. The bottom of the Dodger lineup coming up. They saw Pagan a couple times last weekend and scored a run against him in those 2 appearances on a Justin Turner home run. New catcher for the Padres as well. This is a double switch. Victor Caratini comes in. So Caratini will be due up second next inning in the 9 spot in the order. Pitcher spot now occupies the 7 hole in the lineup. What's it going to take for this offense to get going, buddy?
It's very quiet, and it's very rare that this is going to happen with these resumes. Maybe some magic here at the end. Maybe we get a walk-off tonight, and that all of a sudden lights a fire under them. I know it would light a fire under this crowd.
Only 1 run back to the 7th inning of Monday night, and 8 runs total in their last 5 games. A.J. Pollock leading off and taking ball 1 from Pagan. And every team's going to go through it. Best lineups in baseball history go through it. But that doesn't make it any less jarring when it happens from a group this good. Important to keep in mind, though, no Bellinger, no Lux. You're without your starting center fielder, without your starting second baseman, without Betts for part of the time. 1 ball, 1 strike. And they've run into some good pitching. You look at Darvish starting this stretch Saturday night, then Blake Snell on Sunday. Ryan Weathers was great tonight and has been throughout his very, very short major league career. And even on Tuesday, Marco Gonzalez is not going to blow you away on the radar gun, but 4th in the majors in wins the last 3 years. All that said, let's get going, huh? 1-2 on Pollock.
They've had trouble hitting everything tonight. Walker Buehler with the only hit. Adams, who pitched the last inning, pitched out of that jam through 12 pitches, 11 sliders. Pagan right here to Pollock had not thrown but 1 off-speed pitch all year and has already thrown 2 to Pollock, both sliders. So they are pitching to a scouting report, that is for sure.
Pollock hits a ball to deep left field. Back to the wall and gone. So they break through on A.J. Pollock's first home run of the season. It's a 2-1 game.
Pagan has used mostly hard stuff all year. He said coming into this outing has only thrown one off-speed pitch. Earlier in the count threw 2 to Pollock, but this is a cutter that's up. It almost backs up. So that hard stuff doesn't work here. They proved that they didn't want to throw Pollock the hard stuff, so they attempted 2 sliders, backed into a cutter, and Pollock made him pay.
Now Noisy fouls off first pitch heater. So Pollock, who tied for the team lead with 16 home runs last year, 3rd in the National League, gets his first here in game 19 of 2021. Back-to-back games with an extra base hit for A.J. too, by the way. He had 2 in his first 15 games total. The 0-1, ball 1. Noisy hit it really hard his last time. Caught on the track in center by Grisham. And the dirt ball 2.
That home run changed a little bit of the chemistry in the building. And we have seen when the crowd gets into it here at Dodger Stadium, they can almost will this team to scoring runs and making a comeback.
They get Peter playing BMX again. Oh, yeah. On a 2-1 pitch, Sheldon Noisy hits a towering drive, left center field. It is gone! First career home run. Lightning strikes, tied at 2. First hit as a Dodger is his first big league home run. And it's 2-2 in the 7th. Sheldon Noisy. Now Luke Raley shows bunt and watches a ball in the dirt. He hit this thing to the moon.
He pretty much golfs it out. 94 down by his knees. Probably would have ended up down below his shins. But boy, did he elevate that thing.
When was it going to come down? He was almost home by the time the thing landed. As fast as he was running the bases. Raley fouls it off 1-1. What a moment. What a memory for the first-year Dodger, Sheldon Noisy. Now Raley up the middle with a broken bat base hit. They've got it cooking now. 3 consecutive hits for the Dodgers to open the 7th.
They got the fans out of their seats. A lot of these fans haven't been to a game in a long, long time, and now they're getting to see some excitement. Ryan Weathers kept them asleep in that pitching duel with Walker Buehler, and a couple nicks and cuts that Walker got inflicted to him, and now the Dodgers are even.
Larry Rothschild for a visit. And a quick word from Morongo.
Morongo, keeping you safe. The good times are back.
Pinch hitter sent up there. Officially ending Walker Buehler's night. It is Edwin Rios, who celebrated his 27th birthday yesterday. You can't hate that, right? You take a look at the calendar. The schedule comes out. I get an off day for my birthday.
It's pretty sweet.
Edwin Rios.
Sweeter than an off day for a birthday, though, would be Rios breaking out of this season-long slump. 4 for 31 to begin, looking for his first hit in 9 days. And Dave Roberts has talked about the at-bat quality still being something that he likes. Hit the ball hard a couple times in Seattle. He still has not found any success. So Rios pinch hitting and taking ball 1 from Pagan.
When this offense has produced lately, the limited amount, it's been usually the top of the order. And now the bottom of the order is chiming in, starting with Pollock. Pretty exciting night for Noisy. Those two there back to back.
Just like we all knew they would break out of the slump. Pollock and Sheldon Noisy going back to back. On a 1-0 pitch, Edwin Rios takes a strike, 1-1.
Edwin hoping he can join the parade of guys that have performed at the bottom of the order and pitch in with this inning.
Fouls off a fastball, 1-2.
Now this game has some of the feeling that we had in San Diego.
Dodgers leading the season series 2-1. The 1-2 and the dirt ball 2. He played 19 times this year. After this 4-game series this weekend, they don't play again for more than 2 months. So you pack 7 meetings in 10 days and then wait until late June to get together again. Back-to-back home runs from Pollock and Noisy to start the inning, and a single from Raley. Now a 2-2 to Rios. He hits one in the air, left center, but playable for Grisham. 1 out. Dodger pinch hitters now, by the way, are 0 for 16 this year with 11 strikeouts. That's going to do it for Pagan. Jace Tingler coming out. He's going to bring a new reliever into the game. Nabil Chrismat will come on to face the top of the order and Mookie Betts. The Dodgers have tied it at 2. Searching for offense coming into the inning. Pollock provided it. His first home run of the season. Then Sheldon Noisy. First home run of his career. And just like that, it's 2-2.
Shakey's Pizza is celebrating our educators with the Spectrum Sports Educator Sweepstakes. 8 lucky winners will receive a $50 gift certificate from Shakey's Pizza, plus a virtual teaching kit. Enter online at spectrumeducator.com for your chance to win.
Well, the new Padre pitcher is the newest Padre pitcher. Just got brought back up today with Keona Kella placed on the disabled list. It's Nabil Chrismat, who is a .338 ERA in 3 games this year. And he's brought on to face Mookie Betts with a runner at first and a tie game in the 7th. On the first pitch, it's in the dirt, and the go-ahead run advances into scoring position. Easy move to second for Luke Raley.
Wild pitch for sure. That one was wide. Bounces before it gets there. Caratini really no chance unless he just olays it perfectly. You're going to see a lot of off-speed stuff here in Crismatt.
First season with the Padres, made his debut last year for the Cardinals. Betts with a chance to put the Dodgers in front. Hits one in the air to left, but got under it, and Profar will make the catch. 2 gone. You don't blame the crowd for, on both Rios and Betts fly balls, seeing it with their hearts after watching back-to-back homers fly out of the park to start the inning from Pollock and Noisy. It stays 2-2 as Seager comes to bat.
Seager's average now at 271. That would tell me this is a dangerous situation for the Padres. He is so due right now.
1 for 16 against San Diego this year. That one hit, game-winning home run. Bottom falls out of a change. Strike 1.
Crismatt will throw almost 50% change-ups. He is definitely an off-speed pitcher.
We'll see why with that one. It disappeared on Seager. Really at second, 2 gone, 0-1 pitch. Hit sharply, but right at Tatis, who shifted over there. Low throw, but caught by Hosmer. And the inning is over. But the Dodgers have tied the game. Pollock and Noisy go back-to-back. 2-2 to the 8th.
Major League home run goes back-to-back with A.J. Pollock. He hit a towering drive. These are some impressive statistics, but there's an even more impressive statistic. The speed he ran around the bases. Air under his feet. 19 seconds it only took him to circle the bases. Average is about 3-4 seconds slower than that.
You don't blame him. Just his first hit as a Dodger, but his first career big league home run. That was StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This is Blake Trinan for the 8th inning in a 2-2 game. And now we're all 4 matchups between these teams this season. It's been within 1 run in the 8th inning. Jurickson Profar shoots the first pitch of the inning into left for a leadoff single.
A lot of times we talk about a shutdown inning and it's the starting pitcher that is still out there. Well, here it's a shutdown inning for the Dodger bullpen. Walker Buehler gets to spit the hook with his quality start. Walker threw 101 pitches. That's the most he's thrown since the NLDS game against the Padres when he threw 117.
To Caratini for his first at bat tonight. Came out as part of a double switch last inning. After Caratini, top of the order in Tatis. Muscles one into right center field. That'll drop in for a hit. Profar heads to third, and just like that, the Padres have him cornered with nobody out on 2 pitches.
Caratini hit it like Hosmer did back in the 4th. Hosmer drove in a run with a wedge shot like this. This one looked like a little higher. It's more of a 64-degree wedge. That one was up there for a while, but was not hit hard at all. We've seen outings like this from Blake Trinan where he just completely off the barrel of the bat, but the balls find a way into some holes.
Tatis 1 for 3 with a base hit his last time. Waste no time, hit to short. Seager will go to second, run, and they're able to turn a double play. But San Diego retakes the lead as Profar comes in from third.
Both middle infielders with outstanding plays here. Seager deep in the hole with a backhand, and Noisy coming from an awkward position with the shift. The Dodgers give up the run, but they get 2 outs. Noisy had to use all of his arm strength to get it over there in time for Muncy to capture that ball. They're going to take a look at it. Let's us take one more look at it, Joe.
And the ball on the field is under review.
I'm going to need at least one more.
He's out. Ooh. Call on the field is out.
The bounce that happens into Muncy's glove, I don't know if you can totally see that from the other angle.
San Diego is challenging the call on the field that the batter runner was out at first base.
Now, Blake Treinen, his ERA's been pretty good, around 2, but a lot of traffic against him. A whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched, that's the 4th highest in the National League. Almost 2 base runners per inning against him.
I think he's going to be out. I don't think there's going to be enough evidence to overturn it. The umpire looks for the foot and listens for the ball. And with the ball grazing the dirt like that, that's an early sound, but it's still, they still got him.
So Grisham with the bases empty. Yeah, this whip near 2 for Treinen is even higher than the whip that he had in his really bad season in Oakland in 2019 when they cut him loose at the end of the year. Tails onto the outside corner, strike 1. Grisham with a solo homer off Buehler his last time. His 4th one this year. Nasty pitch there, 0-2. It was back in the 6th that made it 2-0.
Both Buehler and Grisham supplied some power there.
The 1-2. Fastball at 99 misses, ball 2. Hook down the line, foul. Even with that high whip we're referencing, this is the first run that Blake Treinen has allowed since his first game this year. So for the most part, he's been able to pitch around the traffic.
Some of that traffic created by weak contact.
Home with another 2-2. Grisham, weak contact, but hit him where they ain't. 3rd hit of the inning, which is kept alive for Machado.
Third baseman number 13, Manny Machado.
Blake's got such good stuff that he does give up a lot of doinkers. I mean, in on the hands, off the end of the bat. Balls that are pretty much away from the data.
Machado drove in the first run tonight with a single in the 4th. 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 8th for the Padres. Power against power here. Treinen comes home, runner takes off, and Smith won't even attempt to throw.
Padres are really making a huge effort to run this year, especially in these Dodger games where they've been so tight.
That is shot up the middle. Noisy with a nice play on one bounce and a confident throw. Over to first to get Machado to end the inning. The Padres retake the lead to the bottom of the 8th, 3-2 San Diego.
A.J. Pollock and Sheldon Noisy going back-to-back in the 7th inning. That got the Dodgers even for a few minutes there, Jerry.
You know what? We're down 1, but I feel a walk-off coming tonight. Walk-off?
That'd be the first of the year. Sounds good to me. We'll see you right here after the game.
Something they've done a bunch of the last couple years. 3-2 to the bottom of the 8th. 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Turner against Chris Matt. He's been their best hitter consistently this year. First one down and away, ball 1. Averages .369, second in the league in slugging. He's second in on-base plus slugging. Takes a loop around the corner, 1-1. Ball 2. Pretty good hair matchup, hair and beard combo matchup. 2-1 offering. Turner watches it change. Come back and get the corner according to Tony Randazzo. And it's 2-2. Full count.
Throwing him nothing but slow curves and changeups. Sit soft and figure out which way it's going to break.
Payoff pitch. Chopped foul. Soft again. It's interesting. Justin Turner has the #1 slugging percentage in the majors against non-fastballs.
Strength against strength.
Yeah. Seventh pitch from Chris Matt. Turner pulls one through the left side, leadoff base hit. Tying run aboard to open the 8th.
Another changeup, but slightly elevated, and Justin finds the 6-hole. Keeps the crowd in this game. Pitch before this, he was slightly out in front of, just fouled off. This one, he waits a little bit longer and gets the one-hopper through. That's a tough combo to get it through over there on that side of the infield.
That's for sure. You don't see many get through. So the leadoff man on. Here's Will Smith, who is so due for something to fall in. Strike 1 on a changeup. Very high, 68 that time. Getting into eephus territory.
The all-time great Trevor Hoffman lived with the changeup, but he had an electric fastball also.
1-2. Used to be an even better fastball, and then he injured his shoulder. And the changeup was the way he came out of it, and obviously emerged as a Hall of Famer.
Doug Jones was a good closer for a long time. Big-time right-handed changeup.
On 1-2, Will Smith watches ball 2. That's a big boy take.
It's starting to catch on, isn't it?
I like it, huh? Yeah. Nice ring to it. Padres 3, Dodgers 2. Bottom of the 8th inning. Turner aboard with the leadoff hit. A 2-2 to Smith. Waits on it, lifts it down the line, hooking. Diving try. Foul ball. Profar headlong dive. Incredible attempt at that. Came up empty, but the ball ended foul.
He had to come a long way. That ball is fair.
Oh, baby.
That ball is fair. They're going to take a look. Profar with an outstanding attempt on the warning track. Probably ended up with some burns on his bare hand, his throwing hand.
It bounced after it hit the chalk, bounced out of place.
Ground
So
rule
Turner would be
double.
placed at third.
Yep.
Smith would be at second.
It's an easy one to place the runners, but let's see what the call ends up being in New York.
Oh, this has to be fair.
Definitely fair.
Yep.
It is not the splash of the impact. That is the impact that takes the line out.
There you go. You need evidence?
No, I'm fine with the first look.
Well, there's more if you need it.
Will Smith was waiting and waiting on a curveball and finally decided that might drop in the zone with the 2-2 count. So I better swing at it. And when he did, he might have just put it perfectly down the line.
All those balls that he's crushed and got nothing to show for it. A little duck snort of a pop up down the line. It's going to be a double. Guys, don't be messing around on this. It hit the chalk.
Yeah.
Making me nervous.
The foul line is fair.
Yes, it is. And the crowd seeing the replay play over and over again on the video board here, thinking the same thing.
Oh, there'll be some serious boos if this is not a double.
I'm leaving. It's not. It's a double. I'm staying. They're cheering.
Will, go touch first. We don't need any appeal plays that you miss first. And Justin is touching second as the fans watch them round the bases.
Boy, oh boy, they moved it up to 5 and it hasn't lost a bit.
That's the longest double in history.
Yeah, it took him forever. Ran like a catcher.
Join the Dodgers at-home subscription program and unlock access to exclusive digital content, early access to sales and special events, and quarterly curated bonus gift boxes delivered to your doorstep. To subscribe, visit Dodgers.com/Dodgers at home.
Chris Matt leaves. Tim Hill comes on. The losing pitcher in extra innings on Friday night. The left-hander on to face Max Muncy.
Sidewinding left-hander. The Padres are bringing the infield in.
With a tying run at third in the form of Justin Turner. The go-ahead run at second. That's Will Smith.
It's an interesting idea to bring it in that much when you got the winning run at second base.
And Muncy at the plate. Wastes no time. Shoots that one foul. Over the dugout. Strike one.
Instructions on the bases from Dino Ebel are probably make the ball go through. They don't want to have the runner at third thrown out with the infield in at home and end up with first and third one out. Then the double plays in order. You usually can get that instruction out of the batting team with the infield halfway.
Ground ball to second. Cronenworth will toss to first. And the runners hold. So the infield in play works. Muncy's out number one, and up comes A.J. Pollock, who started the scoring for the Dodgers tonight with a solo home run to lead off the seventh, his first one this year.
Well, 3-batter minimum. He all of a sudden is going to get to face a lefty now. With that right-hander, he made pay. Pagan's cutter, he planted in the bleachers.
Infield remains in.
Dodgers will probably go on contact now. Base hit here, and Pollock will be the post-game interview.
Now ready with his first home run, now trying to tie it up or give him the lead. Inside, ball one.
Everybody
Mentioned that he was third in the National League last year in home runs with 16. He was #1 in the majors, home runs from the 7th inning on last year. He had 7 of them from the 7th inning on. Turner at third, Smith is second. Hill to the plate, 1-0. Pollock takes ball 2. Sheldon Noisy waits on deck.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on right here. 2-0 count, set up the double play.
Yeah, that's exactly what they'll do. Now Jace Tingler coming out as Noisy comes up.
See if they play double play depth up the middle and pinch the corners. Noisy feeling good after this swing right here in the 7th. Back to back with A.J. Pollock. He dug that one out, and then he sprinted around the bases for his first hit as a Dodger and his first home run.
26-year-old, originally from Texas. Played his college ball at Oklahoma. Drafted in the 2nd round by the Nationals. Traded to the A's. Traded to the Dodgers. Already probably the night of his life with that home run. And a chance to make Dodger Stadium rock again. Bases loaded in a 1-run game in the 8th. Noisy takes ball 1. Turner started the inning with a single. Smith doubled. Put Pollock on intentionally after Muncy bounced out. With nowhere to put him.
Noisy doing a great job here, staying patient. You just come off a home run, the adrenaline flow. You get back in the box. You feel like you can hit anything. And he's taken 2 borderline pitches and got a 2-0 count. He really wants to make Hill get the ball up.
Healthy rip and a miss, 2-1. One of the amazing things about this run for the Dodgers with 8 straight division titles is it hasn't seemed like it's mattered who they've brought up. They've been ready to deliver in big moments. Noisy already had his tonight. Chance for another here. 2-1. That is shot to second. Knocked down. They get the out there. And they turn it. Oh my goodness. Somehow they go 4-6-3 to hold on to the lead.
Dodgers are going to want to take a look at the play at second base and make sure there was contact with the bag. This is an absolute blister from Noisy. It is bang bang at first, and was there an out at second? Yeah, looks like he's on the bag. Tatis held his toe. Boy, they are inches away from a run. And inches, they executed the double play.
They are challenging it, but on those first looks, doesn't look like there's much.
Tatis, his foot is on the outside part of the bag. Cronenworth, what an amazing play at second. He's made 2 plays tonight like this one. Just gets leather on it. The ball doesn't roll very far away, and just a heads-up play. Definitely out there at second, and bang bang at first. Does Hosmer keep his foot on the bag?
out, so the call does stand, and somehow the Padres keep the lead. They had second and third, nobody out. Bases loaded, 1 out. An absolute bullet, but a double play, and it stays 3-2. By your Southern California Chevy dealers. This will be a heck of a matchup for game 2. It's Darvish for the Padres, Kershaw for the Dodgers, a rematch of Saturday night's game.
Couple of headliners, and they will draw a lot of eyeballs and a lot of interest.
Scott Alexander trying to keep this a 3-2 game as we move along to the 9th. Man, oh man, this series it's been incredible.
The first part of the game was a little sleepy, with Walker Buehler only getting the only hit for the Dodgers, and Ryan Weathers pitching an outstanding game. Here's Scott Alexander. Congratulations to him. Pitched in his 200th Major League game on Monday, and is really starting to zone in on his location and throwing more strikes. Hasn't walked a batter over the 24 batters he's faced this year.
Part of the order for the Padres, Eric Hosmer, 1 for 3 tonight. Cracks his bat on a it's just foul. He didn't run out of the box at first.
As far as it was in on his hands, it almost had like reverse spin as it came down the line. It started actually curving to the left. Instead of normally you hook it as a left-handed hitter and hook it foul. He just looked at it, and then all of a sudden this ball's coming back. Doesn't happen very often. Wayne Kirby, the first base coach, is even signaling like that ball went the other way.
No, 0-2 as he serves on the other way. Well, looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th for the Dodgers, they'll have Raley, then the pitcher's spot, which is going to be interesting because you have Taylor and McKinstry both scratched with lower back tightness. If they're unavailable, the only pair left on Dave Roberts' bench is Austin Barnes. You never like to use your backup catcher in that spot, but he may not have a chance. Barnes doing his homework. Taylor in the hoodie, doesn't look like it's going to be him. Alexander home with a 1-2. Bounce to first from Muncy. And after that, we'll do the top, and Mookie Betts, who's guaranteed to bat in the bottom of the 9th.
Number 5, Will Myers.
One gone in the 9th inning. Here's Will Myers. Ball 1.
Will's mask that they have he has wrapped around his neck looks like they took a pair of the home white pants, just cut off a leg. You can just pull it up over his nose and mouth.
Still rocking the yellow belt too. Remember, he started using that last year. A little bit low, ball 2. First road trip, he forgot his belt, and so he borrowed Joey Lucchese's, who now pitches for the New York Mets. But Lucchese had a yellow one. Will hit a home run, and he said, "Yeah, this is mine now. I'm going to keep this." Actually, does he have the brown one on tonight?
It looks pretty yellow.
Still yellow, yeah. Yep. On a 2-1 pitch, Myers Chops it to third. Turner, long throw. Muncy digs it out smoothly. 2 gone. Well done by both guys there.
Yeah, Justin getting rid of it in a hurry. And Muncy with a great pick at first. You'd rather have the ball be thrown really hard when you're going to pick it because it's more of a true bounce. That one that has arc and spin on it, you really have to scoop, keep the glove wide, gain ground on the ball going right at it. And he did it perfectly.
Cronenworth, who is largely responsible for the Padres still being in front in this game. I mentioned the diving play that he had earlier, but then this play here, knocking down an absolute hot shot.
Seager crushed a line drive at him that he picked, and then to start that double play, game of inches, huh? Started with something loud though.
Yeah.
Noisy might have hit that one harder than he hit his home run.
Breaking ball, 1-2. Not quite as hard as the homer, but close. Homer was 109. And that play that Cronenworth made was on a ball that was 105. Alexander home with a 1-2. Cronenworth bounces it off the hands, and it stays at a ball and 2 strikes.
Wayne Kirby picked up the ground ball, and he doesn't quite have the arm strength to get it over the tall netting to the fans, so he got booed on the first attempt. Second attempt, he made it. Now he's getting razzed from his bench.
Nobody's safe right now when these teams get together. Another 1-2 from Scott Alexander. Cronenworth grounds it foul again. Kirby's not even going to mess with this one.
No, his arm's sore. Probably going to have to ice it after the game.
Half-hearted swing and a miss. Alexander with a 1-2 through 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 8-9-1 coming up for the Dodgers. 1 for the tie, 2 for the win. Finish off the top of the 9th was the 10th of the day for Dodger pitching, so everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow. LA area restaurants. Here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Mark Melancon on. He's 6 for 6 in save opportunities this year. He faces 8-9-1 in the Dodger order.
Tied for the most in the majors with those 6 saves, and he has been very good against the Dodgers throughout his career. Guys that have at least 30 appearances against the Dodgers, he has the lowest ERA at 1.08.
From Pittsburgh to San Francisco, then to Atlanta last year. First year with the Padres. The only run that he's allowed came against the Dodgers last Friday night. It'll be Raley, then it is going to be Austin Barnes. So Taylor and McKinstry, who are both scratched out of the original starting lineup, appear to be unavailable. And after Barnes, it'll be Mookie Betts. Padres got single runs in the 4th, the 6th, and the 8th. Dodgers got 2 runs on back-to-back homers in the 7th from Pollock and Noisy. And left the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Raley tonight, 1 for 3. So here we go with the 9th inning. Raley fouls off the first one, strike 1. Like Sheldon Noisy got his first career home run in a Dodger Padre game last weekend. And a 0-1 pitch. Generous outside edge. Be a long 9th inning or a short 9th inning, depending on how you look at it, if he's going to get that call. 0-2. 1 gone.
Curveball, 12-6 on the clock.
And hitting for the Dodgers, number 15.
He spikes it with the one finger bent, the index finger bent, to spin that ball that directly downhill.
Barnes announced as the pinch hitter. Austin won for his last 12. Dodgers looking for their first successful pinch hit this year. Top of the zone, strike 1.
So Cutter barely makes it back.
1-1.
Well, Anson will throw almost 50% cutters.
Very intense. Mark Melancon turns and fires. Barnes watches this one break low. Ball 2. Mookie Betts on deck. Will he represent the go-ahead run or the tying run or the winning run? Here comes a 2-1. Fouled off 2-2. Got him swinging. So a couple Ks to open the 9th for Melancon against 8-9 in the order, and it's up to Mookie Betts.
Center field, number 50.
Another cutter. Top of the strike zone. Austin Barnes definitely needs to protect after the high strike was called.
Betts 0 for 3 tonight. He's 2 for 16 against the Padres in these 4 games. So one of those 2 hits was a single against Melancon last Friday night. On the first pitch, he checks his swing and a cutter, strike 1. Same time, same place tomorrow. Kershaw and Darvish. 7:10 first pitch from here. The 0-1 down the line, but foul, and just like that, down to their last strike.
These games have not disappointed, and the Dodgers still do have that strike. But I got to feel like they will go into the locker room if they lose this game with their heads up. They've got good starting pitching. They've got some good relief work. The offense is a little snake bit.
Fouled that one off. Offensive struggles for the most part continuing. Just those 2 solo home runs, 10 runs in their last 5 games. Had a great chance last inning. Second and third, nobody out, couldn't score. Another 0-2. In the dirt, ball 1. The 1-2. Down swinging, and that does it. Mark Melancon strikes out the side in the 9th inning, and the Padres win another tight affair. 3-2 the final.
They were 1 for 16 with men on base tonight. A little bit too reliant on the home run ball, but some outstanding pitching. The Padres just a little better tonight.
And so through 4 matchups this season between the teams, the series tied at 2. For Orr Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Game 2 of this 4-game set tomorrow night. Kershaw for the Dodgers, Yu Darvish for the Padres. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers, begins now.